Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, the brothers unto the elders and the apostles, our great millstone. Shalom unto the elect. Now, this is going to be a lesson, about, I will entitle this lesson, The Elect Krongs Will Outclass These. Alright, the elect Krongs will outclass these. Because you have, the Queen of Elizabeth. How you will see their crowns is with the rubies and the emeralds and so forth, right? This will not be compared. This could never be compared to the crown that the Lord has for his elect. Alright? But we will indeed have, stuff. We will be gathering stuff from the heathen. Alright? They will be bringing in their silver and their gold and the gemstones. Alright? So I just want you to just, look at these things. These is the kind of things that, we're going to be wearing on the clothes and stuff, I could have a whole suit made out of this. You understand? This really upper. And once you could go down here, you can see the different stones, the gemstones that they have. Alright? And so forth and so on. And in the kingdom, we go have the whole kit. We go have the breastplate with the gold headband and everything, right? But anyway, let me go to the scriptures. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 112 and verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord, that delighteth greatly in his commandments. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed. Right? So you see the curses that we was to go through in the book of Deuteronomy. It's going to be done away with. Alright? We're going to receive nothing but blessings in the kingdom. Right? The third verse. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever. Right? Wealth and riches. Right? We're going to be wearing on these things in our garments and our clothes. Right? These precious jewelries, these emeralds, sapphire. Right? The opals. You understand? Right? We are the royal people of the Lord. And that's why we love jewelry. Alright? We love these gemstones and these things. Right? And the nation of Israel itself, right? The Lord's, people starting with the elect is compared as what? As jewels of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So let me prove that in the book of let me go in the book of Malachi. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. That's right, because the Lord is going to have mercy on his elect that fear him. Alright, he isn't going to forsake his elect. The 17th verse. And they shall shine, and they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them, as a man spirit his own son that serveth him. Right? So the Lord's elect as compared as jewels. Right? When you look up when you look up these things is in the millions. Some of these things, right? The least of these things could be in what, six figures, right? The ones that I showed I up. All right, but these is the kind of things that we're gonna be having in the kingdom, right? When you look at Jake now, Jake just want a big iced out Cuban link. That's going to be nothing but trash. All right. You understand, Jake? Yeah, and you look at these rappers, they don't even like to wear, different gemstones and stuff like that. They'll just wear a normal Cuban link, with diamonds in it. And the Cuban link ain't even 24 karat gold. Right? But you see, in the kingdom, we go be wearing SSS quality things. Right? We go do things with ultra luxury. Right? Look at them deep, bloody red rubies and stuff like that. This is what we're going to be having. The heathens is going to bring in these things for us. Right? But I want to get a precept to back up the Malachi 3 and 17, right? To prove that the Lord's people is also considered as jewels, and that we are also going to shine as jewels. So let me go in the book of I believe it's in Zechariah. This is the book of Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 16. And the Lord their God shall save them in that day as the flock of his people. For they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land. Right? So the stones of a crown is what? Jewels, right? Gemstones. Show you that how the Lord value his people, especially, his elect. They're gonna be as the stones of a crown, right? Because not only we gonna be, rich in abundance, but we also gonna have those new bodies, and we're gonna be 100% perfect, right? We're gonna be, righteous, right? And them new bodies, they're gonna glow, right? Scriptures talk about they that bring many to righteousness shall shine, right? As the firmament, roughly paraphrase it. So just imagine, right? Just imagine having these things. So let me go in the book of from there, let me go in the book of Isaiah, right? Because these heathens, they're gonna be bringing in these things to us. Scripture say we gate is gonna be open continually day and night. That's for these heathens. That's for these heathens to bring in those spoils. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and I'll start at verse 10. Yeah, I'll start at verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. Now, who are these strangers talking about? Because you have Israelites that's known as strangers, but you also has the heathen that is known as strangers. So the strangers that it's talking about here is the heathen, right? Because no Israelite in the kingdom is going to be working, right? They are not going to be building anything. We're going to have slaves and we're going to have servants to build up our kingdom. So Isaiah 60:10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. That's right, because when the nation of Israel, sinned and broke the first covenant, the Lord used these nations to punish us and to teach us a lesson, right? 11th verse, therefore thy gates shall be opened continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So you looking at the Queen Elizabeth with all these emeralds and rubies, right? These sapphire. They're gonna have to bring that up. They're gonna have to bring it up, and we're gonna have those things, right? And we're gonna form it into our fashion. We're gonna use it to make, things of our liking. You're gonna make the breastplate of the priest, right, with the 12 stones. We're gonna make that out of pure gold, right? We're gonna have the headpiece as well. All these things, right? We can have all these things, but our crown is gonna be on a higher level, right? The crown is going to be on a higher level because it's gonna outclass these that you see here, right? It's gonna come directly from Yahweh Shai, because he's the one who's gonna be crowning his elect, and that is what you wanna really and truly be a part of. You don't care if you had to stand up at the back of the line, all right, when the elect being crowned. You don't even care if you had to be quiet at the back of the line. You just want to care that you make it, right? That you are part of the Lord's elect, right? Because the Lord is gonna give his elect everything, right? You're gonna have different palaces made out of, gold and different things. The Lord is gonna glorify his elect, right? So from there, let me go in the book of let me go in the book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 16. For though I preach the gospel, I wonder if it's this boy. Wait, Salakia. That is not what I wanted it to read. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 9. But as it is written, I had not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High, right, had prepared for them that love him. So eyes have not seen, nor ears have eyes have not seen, and ears have not heard, right? And one thing that we haven't seen is that crown. All right, which is why I'm gonna entitle the lesson "The Elect Crowns will outclass these. Now don't get me wrong. We gonna wear these things, but not like this, right? We gonna wear rubies and diamonds and stuff like that. All right. But like I say, we could have a whole suit made out of this, but in a different, fashion, right? You can make it like how you would have the rubies here, shape it to look like an eye, and you could have a whole suit out of that, you know? Because we we are the kings and the priests of the earth, right? Scripture say ye are gods. Are we gonna dress and look like gods? Right? Look at these crowns here. You wouldn't want a suit made out of this? Imagine you wearing a suit, a whole suit, right? Out out of this. You understand? That is how we're going to be dressing in the kingdom. Right? You think we're going to have no plastic looking Jordan in my foot? Nah. We ain't going to be wearing no damn plastic looking Jordan. Or no big biscuit looking shoe. Right? We're going to be wearing and looking, alright, with the most ultra luxury things. Right? The opals, the sapphires, you name it, and it have plenty more. It have things, it have gemstones that the Lord have on the earth that Esau doesn't even have yet. That the Lord has installed for his elect. That when Esau goes in slavery, we're gonna cause his red ass to dig it up for us. Right? But the things that he have now, we will indeed take it from him. Right? Let me go in the book of Proverbs. Right? And I might close it off here. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So we're gonna have their wealth, right? You looking at all these things that they have, all these 6-figure and 7-figure stones that they have. We going and take it, right? We are going to take it. Right? So with that, I want to give all praises, all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom unto the elect.